Hey everybody, welcome back to another patch review video. Today the patch notes for update 23.1 have dropped and they contain a load of stuff from the recent dev roadmap that PUBG announced just a couple of weeks ago. There's loads of really interesting stuff in this, so we're just going to get stuck in and go through all of the cool stuff in here. There's a lot more than I think most of us probably expected to see so soon, so let's get stuck into it. So in terms of release date, the update is available on the test server for PC today. It's going to go live next Wednesday for PC on the 12th, and it's going to go live the following Thursday for console on the 20th, April the 20th. So the first part of the patch notes goes over changes to normal matches in PUBG. These changes affect Erangel, Miramar, Taego, and Destin. So Blue Zone is going to be sped up through phases 1 to 3. It says it's similar to ranked, slightly faster than before. I'm not sure if that's just the timer, the gap between zones, or the speed that they close, or a little bit of both, but we're going to see that speed of the early zones come down slightly, as well as having item spawns increased for AR, DMR, and snipers, for helmets, vests, and backpacks, and also for scopes as well. Gliders have also been added to Taego, Vikendi, and Destin, which is great, so we're going to see those on those maps for the very first time. Vehicle spawns have also been increased. Major vehicles such as 4-wheels, I'm not sure what minor vehicles are, but vehicle spawns have been increased, so you'll find them more frequently. And they've also added some fixed spawn locations similar to ranked esports settings. You get certain vehicles that will always spawn in a set location every single time. The plane route and final circle location have also been adjusted to match ranked, so I guess that means you tend to see the first zone appear somewhere under the flight path is a ranked kind of thing, or an esports thing. You're also going to see the way the circles move into playable area be slightly different, so be interesting to see how that feels in normal matches, if there's much of a difference there. And they go on to add in this dev comment down below, beginning with this update, we'll be implementing the normal match change up outlined in our recent 2023 roadmap. Through analysis of player data, player styles, and feedback accumulated over the years, we recognized a disparity in your gameplay experience between normal matches and ranked due to differences in rule sets. For instance, in normal matches provide ample playtime early on for looting, moving, and strategizing, while ranked is faster paced, making it potentially challenging to adapt between the two modes. So they want to make the two modes similar, and that's kind of what the gist of those changes is there. We plan to decrease playtime during the early phase in normal matches while increasing the overall spawn of items and vehicles to enhance your farming experience, so your early game looting experience. Moreover, we intend to sustain existing content exclusive to normal matches, such as items, zones, comeback BR, to continue providing opportunities for experimentation and enjoyment. So making normals and ranked more similar, but still keeping some of the certain things that make normals normals and make ranked ranked. We also have some fairly significant changes to ranked in this update. Destin has been added to the map pool, albeit with a 10% chance of popping up. We'll see that a little bit later in the patch notes. Red zone security keys, tac gear will not be available on Destin. Fixed vehicle spawns have been added, and the O12 and the MP9 will be available on Destin in ranked. The leaderboard will reset after maintenance has finished, and then you can get stuck in and play some Destin on ranked. Season 22 rewards are pretty much the same as you normally get, so nothing very exciting there. We'll skim past that. Parachutes, emblem badges, stuff like that. Hopefully we will see that stuff improved in a later update. Another important thing for ranked that's kind of glossed over a little bit in the patch notes is that blue zone grenades have been added to Taego and Destin. Folded shields have been added to all maps. Emergency pickups added to Erangel, Miramar, and Taego, and gliders added to Taego and Destin. So lots of new stuff in ranked. We've never seen any of that stuff in ranked before. Pickups, folded shields, and blue zone grenades. So that is going to be interesting to see how that changes things up. Maybe something they look to bring into comp in the future as well. But for now, it's certainly something we are going to see in ranked. Down in the gameplay section, they've added an animation where your helmet can get knocked off if you get shot or hit in the head. When your helmet breaks, your helmet will actually fly off of your head, which is cool. I love the sound of that. And more interestingly for me, something that they didn't say they were going to do in the dev roadmap, or they didn't say they wouldn't do it, but it wasn't mentioned as something they were going to do, and it's something I kind of wanted to see, is the Ascender and the Parachute particularly added as basic equipment on every map. So this is the reusable parachute you currently only see on Destin and Vikendi. This is going to be available on every map. You're going to lose the one you get on Miramar and Haven, where you can pick up the one used parachute from the top of buildings, and you're going to be able to just use this parachute whenever you want to jump off of tall things. So that's totally going to change the dynamic of the game. All these places you can land on top of with gliders, emergency pickups, and you can always get down. You can parachute down to escape from areas, from, you know, big cliffs, mountains, whatever. Going to be very interesting to see how that changes the play on the battlefield. Ascender attachment, it doesn't sound like they've added new Ascenders lines to use yet, but they're just putting that in ready. So presumably when we get updates to some of these other maps, we're going to see Ascender lines added, which I think is a positive thing. It's a nice little change to the maps. It does also mention another thing about following in the plane. If you're in a squad and one of your players disconnects, they will automatically follow someone else in the squad. So this is helpful if you have a DC and then it stops you dropping off the end of the plane and drowning or whatever. They'll actually follow your squad down, which is a nice little quality of life change there. Another big change is the map service plan. So this is something they mentioned in the dev roadmap. What we're going to see is the map rotation changing on a weekly basis. Every week the map rotation is going to change. Looks like it's just going to alternate between two different sets of map rotation rather than be a totally different one, you know, every single week. What we're going to see is Erangel, Tago, Destin, Sanhok, and Paramo, and then Erangel, Miramar, Vikendi, and Sanhok and Karakin the following week, and then those two will alternate. So Erangel and Sanhok are going to be the fixed ones for now. As we expected, they said this in the dev roadmap, and then week 1 it's Tago, Destin, and Paramo with those. Week 2 it's Miramar, Vikendi, and Karakin with those. And then it's just going to alternate. They say that every update or every patch notes, they're going to announce the map rotation for the next month. So that's every single month, every 5 weeks they do an update. So we've got week 1 to 5 here, so you can see what is going to be coming up. You're going to know what maps are going to be available in any particular week. I think this is a really nice change. It would have been nice maybe to see, you know, each of those weeks be different rather than two that alternate. But, you know, I really like Erangel. I really like Sanhok, so I get them every week. And then, you know, if you have a map rotation you hate, then next week you're probably going to like it more, I guess. So you don't have to wait a month to see the back of maybe maps you don't like or to see more of a map you do like. The map rotation changes will take effect Wednesday morning for PC, 2 a.m. UTC, which I think is 1 hour behind UK time, so 3 a.m. UK. Console players, we get the maps changed 7 a.m., so 8 a.m. UK time. Every Thursday, we're going to see the map rotation switch. Does also say they're preparing a dev letter to delve into thoughts on the updated map rotation system. I'm sure they'll look to maybe improve and change this as time goes on and they take on feedback. You can also see the ranked map rotation here. We've got Erangel, Miramar, Tago at 30% each, and Destin has a 10% chance, as mentioned a little bit earlier. Intense Battle Royale mode has been added back with some updates. There's 3 areas on Vikendi you can have it. The Blizzard Zone isn't available. There's 3 new Sanhok areas added. The Augur's been added as a normal weapon, and it just says about the update times there. That's just in line with when the patch is going to roll out, 12th for PC and the 20th for console. They mentioned some changes to esports modes. This is a setting you'd use if you're hosting comp events basically within the game. It just says they've added Tago and Destin some settings around that, and Sanhok has been removed. So if you want to go through that, if you use esports settings, you can have a little look into that a bit further. They mentioned that the skinning vehicles thing has been changed a bit. Well, the skinning special vehicle skins. So you can now use the limited interact to select the vehicle skin. So you're still going to have to press a button and then press another button, but it might be slightly easier. Sounds like they've still not made it so normal vehicle skins just get applied by default, which is a shame. I wish they'd just revert that. It was just the most terrible thing they ever did. Somehow they still haven't changed it back, despite the fact that just nobody skins vehicles anymore. But apparently PUBG aren't bothered about selling vehicle skins anymore, I guess, because everyone can buy contraband crates. I'm sure if we ever see a contraband vehicle added to the crates, they'll probably change that to be a bit more user-friendly. The Vikendi lobby has been changed to the default plain background, and we've also got a new survivor pass added, the big score. You might have seen a few pictures from this floating about. I'll do another video where I go through the survivor pass in more detail on the test server, show you everything from that. But it's kind of this sort of heist. It's quite GTA heist sort of themed with lots of masks and that kind of stuff. That is going to be live when the update goes out. There's also some new stuff in the workshop, so you can get the PGC 2022 outfits in there. And there's some tweaks to performance and all the normal bug fixes that you might expect to see. If you're a console player, they do tend to add on extra fixes and stuff to these patch notes when the console update goes out. So if there is it's something you're expecting to see and it's not there, then have a look, nearer the update, and there might be some additional stuff added in. So really interesting patch notes there. I was pretty surprised with the amount of stuff they've got in from the dev roadmap already. I was kind of pessimistic that we would maybe see some other little bitty bits before we really saw, the map rotation changes, before we saw stuff like, the parachute being rolled out to more maps, before we saw changes to ranked. So really positive stuff there. Blue zone changes as well is massive. And I think will have a really positive effect on gameplay, which can be a little bit slow at times. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think about the patch notes down in the comments below. I'll put a link to these as well in the video description. And if you did enjoy the video, then why not click the like button and check out creator code, which I'll put a little video for at the end of this one. But thanks for watching. My name's Ben, and I'll see you next time. I just wanted to drop you all a quick message to tell you about our PUBG creator code. As a PUBG partner, we have a creator code which you can add to your account, which means whenever you purchase anything in game, PUBG will give us a commission. Whether you're buying season passes, G-Coin bundles, or anything else that requires cash in PUBG, if you have our code added, then you'll be helping us out without costing yourself a penny extra. It's a great way to support the channel, and it really does help keep us making PUBG content for you. Plus, it's easy to set up and you'll only ever have to do it once. To add our code, first visit accounts.pubg.com and then log in or create an account. Once you've logged in, connect your Xbox, PlayStation or Steam account on the linked accounts tab, then go to the Creator Appreciation Program section and type the Beard Guys into the box or find us from the drop-down list. Then just click submit and you're all done. A massive thank you to everybody who has used our code. Your support is absolutely vital for us and it really makes a huge difference.